radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening, Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Yeah, man. How you doing? How you doing? Today's Thursday, December 9th, 2021. And let's do this, man. 343 days into the new year. Only 22 days left. That's it. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of nowhere. A total undisclosed location. That's right. But it is beautiful in here. Yeah, man. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and the UnX Network. Race Hobbs. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? It's Fadernight, man. It's Fadernight. Love it. Love it. It's open lines all night long. Yeah, it is. It is. You know what I did today? I did so much today. I was on Christina Gomez's show. I was on with Whitley Strieber today. I did a live stream of Ocean Queen. I did an unboxing video. I did all of that today. It was crazy. And I got a haircut today. Just super, super, super busy. And while I was doing some stuff, and the Inca Roads thing came up. So I went back today and I watched a live version of Inca Roads, Frank Zappa. And then popping up, I did this with my headphones on instead of cranking up the speakers. There was no reason for that. It's just the way that it happened. But anyway, so after Inca Roads, this live, oh man, it was just so good. Ruth Underwood freaks me out, man. Freaks me out. Anyway, she's so good. And so after George Duke, lead vocals on Inca Roads. And then right after that in YouTube plays Yo Mama off of Chic Your Booty, which was a live track. Most of that album was live. Anyway, I sit. That song is like 12, 13 minutes long. Inca Roads is like 12, 13 minutes long. And I listened to Yo Mama and in the head, and I forgot how great that song is. And what a band, Terry Bozzio, Adrian Belew, Peter Wolf. Man, it was Warren Cucurullo on that. Man. And if you get a chance, if you really want to hear some of the best musicians in the world get it done live on stage, listen to Yo Mama off of Chic Your Booty. And that guitar solo, that guitar solo by Frank Zappa in that song, and there's so many great moments in that song, but that guitar solo, which is like 10 minutes, no, I'm exaggerating. It's like 9 minutes. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. It just stopped me in my tracks. And wow. How I was able to go through that and absolutely remember every single note that everybody played throughout that song. I listened to it way too much in my life. Anyway, so that's what I did today. I had a busy day. River Moon Coffee. All right. Tonight is another Fader night with open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. Phone lines aren't open, but that's the number that you call. And I remember a couple of weeks ago, Jackie said, "You say the number so fast." I do. It's in the feed. If you're watching or if you're listening, it's right there. It's on our website. It's on all of the descriptions of the show, Fader Night, 747. Write this down. 747-228-2051. That's 747-228-2051. And I apologize for just going 747-228-2051. I just take things for granted. I apologize for that. Now, today I did an unboxing video for Carolyn Ford. She sent me a new crystal skull. And what she said, and I do this with her all the time, I go through her inventory. I go through all of it. She's got so much. And then I just kind of, I go through it. Then I go back to the one that I connected with. And I connected with Ocean Queen. And this is Ocean Queen. I'm not doing another promotional unboxing video right now, but this is Ocean Queen that I was talking about today. She is incredible. Heavy. It's blue apatite. She's blue apatite. It's a rare crystal, rare stone. Heavy. She's so heavy. She's 6 pounds, 1 ounce. But look at that, blue apatite. And just an incredible piece of art. And I got this from Carolyn Ford. And you can get your own. All you have to do is go to EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. It's all through social media today. The links are there. And you can go to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Click on the banners right there. Use the promo code Jimmy. It's that simple. Jimmy, 10% off of your crystal skull order today. Thank you so much, Carolyn. Thank you for the Christmas card, too, as well. She was beautifully boxed and handled with care. And Carolyn sent me a picture of Ocean Queen sitting next to Einstein. Very, very cool. All right. I can't put her down. I've just been holding her all day. I can't. She's incredible. She is incredible. Blue apatite. She glows too, by the way. I don't know what it shows up like on the camera. Oh yeah. Look. That's not enhanced. That is look at that's how bright she is. Just a stunning skull. Stunning. Get your own right now. Go to EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Okay. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Tonight is Fader Night. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. I haven't done an AMA in a long time, and I was thinking about doing that tonight, and it just kind of got away from me. I wanted to do it last week and the week before, and now we have next week coming up. And the reason why I bring this up, Renee reminded me this week that next week is our anniversary. And 8 years down, it seems longer, 8 years down, we are heading into our 9th year. And that's going to be done before we know it. And then it will be 10. Man, I can't stop. I just can't stop. Ocean Queen. Yeah, so maybe next week on our anniversary show on a Thursday night, we'll do an AMA and we'll celebrate together. How's that? We'll do that next week. All right. Tri-scale. What's going on with this tri-scale? Is this what... yeah, I know. At Kaz, I mean, this opal skull, this baby Einstein, Bohemian Rave. Great name, by the way. I likes Bohemian Rave. I did everything I could to not get Bohemian Rave. I just might, though. And good luck and good fortune. This tiger eye, incredible. I'm so with you on that. Looks like coffee, by the way. Okay, enough of the crystal skulls. I'm just, I can't. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. The Sandbox is hashtag F2B on Twitter. We don't bite. And any questions on the show tonight, hashtag F2BQ. Breaking news. Officials in Saudi Arabia. Oh, by the way, this news story, I have to unlock my chair. This news story brought to you by Ron Keel. That's right. Ron Keel sent me this. I don't know what kind of website Ron Keel is on together, but I was like, Ron, good job. Officials in Saudi Arabia have conducted the biggest ever crackdown on camels that receive Botox injections. More than 40 entries have been disqualified from the popular King Abdulaziz Camel Festival, which started earlier this month. The month-long event in the desert northeast of the Saudi capital, Riyadh, invites breeders to compete for a $66 million prize. That's right. Judges decide the winner based on the shape of a camel's head, neck, hump, dress, and postures. And for $66 million, you're going to get a Botox injection. And that's what's going on. 40 camels disqualified. That's right. A Botox camel. I'm going to leave that right there. Studies have found a connection between drinking dark roast coffee. Now, I want you to listen to this. And reduced dementia. That's right. That's why I like my coffee dark. I do. Other research has found a connection between drinking coffee and brain health benefits. One study from the Krembo Brain Institute, published in the journal Frontiers in Neuroscience, found a connection between coffee consumption and a decreased risk of developing Alzheimer's. The team discovered that the beans had a chemical compound that prevents the buildup and clumping of proteins known as beta amyloid and tau, which are known to lead to Alzheimer's. Since a longer roast leads to an increase in the amount of the compounds, researchers concluded that dark roast coffee provided better protection against the neurological condition. There you go. River Moon Coffee, rivermoonwellness.com, Fade to Black Blend, Dark Roast. That's what I'm talking about. I knew it. I knew I was thinking clearly. I knew that I was doing the right thing. I felt the universe led me to Dark Roast Coffee and River Moon. That's right. That's a news story. That's a breaking news story. Now, I've been talking about this for 2 or 3 years now. But a clay tablet retelling a part of the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of thousands of ancient artifacts looted and smuggled out of Iraq, mostly to the United States, and actually to one family, has been formally returned to its rightful owner. The 3,500-year-old clay cuneiform tablet is the centerpiece of the program of repatriation of antiquities stolen from Iraq over the decades. On Tuesday of this week, it was put on display in Baghdad along two other items, a Sumerian ram's head and a Sumerian tablet. The artifacts were recovered from the United States and the United Kingdom. The tablet went missing from an Iraqi museum during the 1991 Gulf War and somehow transported it out of the country. It was bought by Hobby Lobby, whose evangelical Christian family owners eventually put it on display in the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. Over 5,500 items in their museum and that collection were later identified as looted, as stolen artifacts. That's right. Let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday to today, the one, the only, Judi Dench. Today is 87. John Malkovich today is 68. The one, the only, Donny Osmond. That's right. Donny Osmond today is 64. I thought we were the same age. Man, he's 6 years older than me. I had no idea. I thought we were the same age. Green Day drummer Trey Cool. Great drummer. Today is 49. Bassist Bill Church. No relation that I know of. Bill Church today is 75. Of course, the bass player for Montrose and did like 10, 12 albums with Sammy Hagar. Sammy Hagar was also in Montrose. Then he left Montrose, went on his solo career. Then, of course, he went on to Van Halen. But in that stretch, right? I Can't Drive 55. All that was Bill Church on bass. Wonder if we're related. The Wallflowers. The Wallflowers. Jacob Dylan. Today is 52. Our dead guy's birthday today, Red Fox. 1922 to 1991, died at the age of 68. Red was known as the king of the party records. He performed on more than 50 records in his lifetime, but of course he portrayed Fred G. Sanford on the television show Sanford and Son, starred in the Red Fox Show and The Royal Family. In 2004, Red ranked 24th in Comedy Central's Presents the 100 Greatest Stand-Ups of All Time. On October 11th, 1991, during a break from rehearsals for the Royal Family, Red suffered a heart attack on the set. Now, we all know on Sanford and Son, that was one of Red's gimmicks. That was his shtick. He would have a heart attack. Oh, Elizabeth. You remember that, right? Well, that actually happened on the set. He suffered a heart attack, grabbed his heart, grabbed a chair, passed out. Paramedics showed up, pronounced Red dead at the scene. He was temporarily resuscitated and taken to the Queen of Angels Hollywood Presbyterian Medical Center. 4.5 hours later, he was again pronounced dead. Happy birthday, Red Fox. On this day in history, 1979, smallpox is officially declared eradicated. But it's back. Fader fact. I love doing Australian down under Fader facts. I would say, when I make the list, when I do the book, when I do the Fader fact book, Australia is going to have the most Fader facts. Yeah, I do believe Australia is number one, like this one. Back in 1998, an Australian man, Bill Morgan, suffered a heart attack, got in a car accident, suffered a heart attack. spent 15 days in a coma. I believe he was declared dead. To celebrate his miraculous recovery, he bought a lottery ticket and won a $30,000 car. So the news shows up, the local news, and they said, hey, Bill, can you reenact the win, right? Can you do that for us? So he goes out and buys another lottery ticket, agrees to reenact the winning of the car. And he won another $250,000 on the news. And that is your Fader Fact from Australia. Tonight is another Fader Night with open lines all night long. The call-in number, 747-228-2051. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I got to hit this River Moon coffee. It's Doc. It's why I think clearly. I always thought it was because I was jacked up on caffeine. Man, this is good brew tonight. It's got to be Ocean Queen. That's why. She's amazing. So, I'm going to share with you a little Christmas story. And the funny thing is, I've heard this exact same story many times over the years from other people. What? Yes. And I thought I was the only one with this story. The difference is mine is true. All of it. Yep. Now, I'm not saying that the other versions of this are not true. It just seems strange that it has been repeated over and over again around the world. And the question is, do you have the same story? The same memory that I'm about to present to you? Well, that's for you to decide. But here is my Christmas tale. Back in 1968, I was just 5 years old. And we were living at Fort Sheridan in Chicago. And back then, my dad had a band. Well, he was in the Army band, but he had a little side gig going on. You know, and I'm not really sure what kind of music, and that doesn't really matter. I was too young. But, you know, the normal stuff, a band, a couple of guitar players. My dad played bass and sang, probably a keyboard player, I don't remember. And they had a drummer. And I saw them practice a lot. And I might have even seen them play a gig or two live as well. What I do remember was being fixated on that drummer. Man. And I would just sit and watch him play. Band is playing. My dad is right there. I'm watching the drummer. And I was hooked. So Christmas is coming. And I write a letter to Santa that I wanted a drum set. Now, at this time, Santa was a real thing. Seriously. A seriously real thing. And I remember asking my mom if she mailed my letter to the North Pole. And she said that she did. All I could do was wait. You know, like all the other kids around the world. And I thought about all of the things that all of us did. You know, how did the elves, manage to make all of those toys? How did Santa make it around the world in one night? How did he make it into the house when we didn't have a fireplace or a chimney, right? The normal stuff. And I also thought, did Santa get my letter? Does he even know what a drum set is? How are they going to make me a drum set? Were they going to get it right? Seriously, I thought about all of this stuff constantly. And finally, Christmas Eve arrives, and it all goes down. We're all in bed. I'm listening for Santa, and I fall asleep. In the morning, we all wake up, we run down the stairs and into the living room to the Christmas tree, and there it was, my drum set. But it wasn't a real drum set. Like my dad's drummer's drum set. It was a toy drum set. And I thought it was a mistake. I run up to it, and there's the tag hanging right off of it. to Jimmy from Santa. I was so mad. I think I kicked it. I'm not kidding. I know I cried. When my parents came downstairs, my mom was like, what's going on? And I said, Santa brought me a toy drum set. I wanted a real one. I don't want this. And my mom wasn't happy. She was upset. And I thought she was upset for me, seriously. And she says, I'm sure Santa will come back and pick this up. So later that day, we left. We went somewhere for dinner with friends, whatever. And all I know is when we got back home, the drum set was gone. So I asked my mom about it. And she said, Santa must have picked it up while we were out. And that was the last I heard about it. The real drum set never showed up at the house. In fact, I got nothing from Santa that year. Seriously. So, I never messed with Santa. After that, I never messed with Santa. I didn't, man. I learned my lesson. There you go. I remember my mom saying something like, you can learn to play on this, and if you get good, Santa will know, and maybe next year he'll bring you a real drum set. I was like, man, that ain't good enough. I wrote it in the letter, Mom. I said, real drum set. My mom was so pissed. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. That's my Christmas story. I've heard the same story over and over again. Yeah, it's weird. Mine's true, though. Mine actually happened. I'll be right back. 747-228-2051. Happy holidays, everybody. It's Fade to Black. It is Fadernight. Your calls, your conversation all night long. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions, which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at getthetea.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. Getthetea.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's getthetea.com. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
The new KUNXDB, the UNX Network, bringing you the best in paranormal programming in premium high-definition streaming audio and video. Log on to the network at unxnetwork.com and check out the growing lineup of programs, including Jimmy Church, Whitley Strieber, Micah Hanks, and many more. Sign up for the free UNX newsletter, follow the UNX blog, or pick up the latest edition of the UNX magazine. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So check us out at unxnetwork.com. Tap the show page and the calendar so you never miss your favorite live shows and podcasts. We are your portal for all things paranormal. The X, explaining the unexplained.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. That's my Christmas tale. I'm watching the chat and everybody talking about, remember these games. Stratego was good. Connect 4, absolutely. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, absolutely. Operation Mousetrap. Mousetrap was good. Operation was great. I bought Operation for my daughter Nicole when she was like 2 or 3. She got so good, she would just concentrate. Man, she's like 2 years old. That little 2-year-old hand, steady. Man, she used to kick my butt. Yeah, she was really good. Looking at this, I forgot about all of those really jarts. I don't know what jarts are. Battleship. Loved Battleship. Still do. I haven't played that in a while. I really got into Scrabble as an adult. Had all the Scrabble dictionaries and really competitive Scrabble. That was a really big deal to me. Going back and playing Monopoly. See, you guys got me all into this now. Going back and playing Monopoly as an adult. What a ruthless man, right? And there were some hidden messages that I started to pick up on too with Monopoly, and I don't remember jarts. I don't. You guys, darts or jarts? Who? Okay, I don't. Okay, you guys got me on that one. Lawn darts. Can you believe out of everything? By the way, 747-228-2051. Lawn darts. Let's stop and think about that for a second. That was sold in toy stores. The deadliest game ever. Lawn darts. Heavy spears. Right? They're throwing them around the backyard. I mean, and I think about that now. And, we can go back and think of, all these warm and fuzzy thoughts about Christmas and the things we used to do and the crazy, reckless things we did. Lawn darts. If that isn't an example of, could you imagine what Congress would do? How many lawsuits? If a company don't even tell me that lawn darts are still sold today. There is no way. You would have to sign legal disclaimers just to purchase them at the store. There's no way. There is no way that lawn darts are available. I would be shocked. Somebody put that up in Twitter. Is lawn darts still sold today? There's just no way. There's no way. I thought about that so much. Even horseshoes are deadly. But lawn darts. And we bought them and played. I did. I can't believe nobody was maimed. But wow, lawn darts. And Risk was a great game. That's good. Casper. Risk. Great game. Played it recently. Well, I'm going to say seems like within the last 20 years. But I went back and revisited Risk. We had a pretty good game collection there going on for a while. My big thing, though, seriously, from the age of 14, 13, right in there, 12, backgammon. And Bruce Becker's famous book, Backgammon for Blood, which was my Bible. And to this day, I don't think there's a better backgammon player in the world. I think I'm the best. I don't think there's a better backgammon player. Doesn't matter. No, I'm world class. When you are good at something and you know it, right? You know it. You don't fantasize about being good. You don't dream about it. No, that's all when you know, right? When you know, you get cocky. Backgammon, there isn't a better player. There may be somebody as good, but there's nobody better. No. I can safely say that. Yep. I'm saying that with all the cockiness in the world. Not ego. I'm saying I can back it up. I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. No. Golf? No. I'm not good at anything. Backgammon? Yes, sir. I can back it up. I can back it up. I'll back it up with my wallet. All right. 747-228-2051. Good cup of coffee tonight. Thank goodness we now know that dark coffee prevents dementia. I'll be 85 years old. Some retirement home for talk show hosts. And I'm going to have a clear head. I won't be able to walk. Right? Have my little walker with the tennis balls on it, heading down, for my Jell-O and meatloaf and gravy into the cafeteria with everybody else. But I am going to be thinking clearly. That's right. And I'm going to, dudes, you should have drank coffee. Yeah, exactly. You didn't drink coffee. Man, I've drank enough coffee in my life to make sure my brain is clear. I knew there was a reason for that. Uno, great game. Great game. Great game. Is that Chinese checkers? What is that? What's that? Bed bugs. Look at these games popping up. I have no idea. What about Clue? Clue was a good game. There was another game. It was from France. Card game. Latour. I think that's what it was called. Latour? That was pretty cool, too. There you go. All right. Third Stone has got to show Atari. We're way before that. Okay. All right. 747-228-2051. Let's see who's up first. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Deb from Sacramento.
How you doing? So you got in first.
Good. I know. Well, I tried to get in last week for 3 hours, and I never did, so thank you for getting me in early tonight. I have a theory, before I tell you my time travel experience, I have a theory about what you're doing this weekend when you go to tape. You leave, I don't know if you're aware of it, but you leave little...
I made all of that up. I'm staying home this weekend.
Yeah, okay, let me give you my theory anyway.
Okay.
Okay. When you go to tape, wherever you're going, secret location, you said you're going to tape, you supposedly have a TV show coming out that you won't tell us about, and you said you're going to do some hard driving. And you also said the other night in the chat room that a studio is buying the RV, and you're going to be driving it. So is the hard driving the RV for your new series that you're taping this weekend? That's my theory.
Wow, you put a lot of thought into that.
No, I just connect the dots and I pay attention.
Yeah, but none of that is happening.
No, nothing to it, huh?
Nope. I would tell you.
You got it.
I would tell you.
You got to admit that's a pretty good guess, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's a good guess. No, none of that is happening. None of that is happening. I'm in town. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to a friend of mine's company Christmas party on Saturday night. And I made it all up. I had to throw everybody off of the scent.
You're lying. I don't believe you. You've been talking all week about getting on a plane, flying away. You always do this. You flip the script at the last minute, and you fib to me. I'm learning your ways. I think I'm finally figuring you out.
Well, see, maybe...
And it's not easy.
Maybe I'm flying away to do a medicine ceremony, and I have to disguise that. And I don't want everybody to know what I'm really doing. See?
Ayahuasca.
See?
Ayahuasca.
That's another thought. That's another thought. You know. But anyway, I'm in a great mood, and
Me
yeah,
too.
it is the season. It is the season. Okay, so
absolutely.
Is lawn darts still for sale?
I think so. You know what? I accidentally hit my sister one time when we were up playing lawn darts. We had a big family thing in the backyard at my uncle's, and I threw the dart and accidentally hit her, and it cut her so bad they had to rush her to emergency and get stitches.
See, that stuff had to happen all across America. I would just, and you're laughing about it. You gashed her.
Well, I'm the same sister that read her diary from the top of a tree to a neighborhood. Let's not forget that.
Okay.
We didn't always get along.
Okay.
Oh, stop.
Okay.
Yeah, because you never fought with your brothers. Give me a break.
Yeah, but I
Pancake.
didn't gash him with a lawn dart on purpose.
I didn't do that on purpose.
Oh, you could have aimed the other direction. You could have aimed the other direction.
I can't help if she ran in front of the dart. She was always in the way.
Yeah, you know, and yeah, exactly. No issues with that. I get it. But the things that we did that were just treacherous, you know, and
yeah,
I know the things that I would do, especially during the summer, and your parents are both at work. Right. I didn't. I never went to summer camp. I didn't have rich parents or anything like that. So, but you know, so we stayed at home, and I injured myself every single day. I had cuts, scratches, bruises, broken this, that, and I had to hide it all. I couldn't let my parents know what we did all day because man. And I mean, I crashed on my bike 5 times a day. I mean, just constantly bouncing off the street and trees and stuff. I mean, my friend Jeff Harris, I've told this story before in the show, but my friend Jeff Harris and I used to have BB gun wars. Everybody did, right?
Oh, fun,
and so,
yeah.
And he shot me in the eye. In the eye. As a matter of fact, I saw the BB hit me in the eye. I watched it. And the crazy, we had a rule, don't aim at your head. And that was the rule. And I was and he was just straight out right at my boom. And I watched shapap. And my eye closed up and was red. I'm lucky it was my left eye. I'm lucky I'm not blind. I'm not making any of this up. And it shot me right like on the inside by my nose right here. I don't know how it didn't get into my brain. But anyway, I'm at dinner that night. And my eye is swollen shut. And I'm telling my dad, I rubbed some stuff in my eye, whatever. I just made it up. And I couldn't tell him that Jeff Harris shot me with a BB gun. My dad would have been down at his house, right? And it would have been on. But that's the kind of stuff that went down. And so anyway, you called me.
I got to tell you real quick, the most dangerous thing I ever did, I was really good at pogo stick, and I could literally jump on a pogo stick with 1 foot, like just 1 foot pogo sticking. And so one time I was up at the top of the flight of stairs, and my cousin dared me. He goes, I dare you to pogo stick down that flight of stairs. All the way down, and there were cement stairs landing on a cement concrete. And I took the dare, and I barely made it all the way down the stairs, only I used both feet, pogo sticked all the way down a flight of stairs, and right as I hit the bottom stair, I flew off.
If my daughter did something like that and I saw it, I would beat her within an inch of her life. She would have wished she fell down the stairs. I would have had a heart attack. Everybody save your email. Jimmy would have, but you know what I mean? Wow, I would have had a heart attack.
If I had just missed even halfway down the stairs off. You can't even imagine. Anyway, let me get started real quick here. Okay. So this experience, I'm glad you're sitting down. I'm glad I'm sitting down because this was major. Okay. So when I was 17 years old, I had this very, very vivid dream, and this happened way before Back to the Future movie ever came out. In my dream, I went back in time, okay, and I was in the 50s, and I wasn't born yet. And my only mission was to find my mom, and she grew up in Los Gatos. She went to the Cats High School. And I went to the phone book, just like he did in the movie, went to find her, and she wasn't in the phone book. Well, so I had to find someone that knew her, so I looked up her best friend, Vicky, who was alive. They were the same age. They were both in high school. And I found Vicky in the phone book. I looked her up, and I had to explain to her that I was from the future and that I was looking for my mom and that I couldn't find her. And so, I tell her the whole story and she finally believes me. She goes, let me take you to your mom. I'm supposed to meet up with her, at school. She takes me to my mom. I see my mom from a distance. I go, Mom. I go running to her. Bear in mind, I'm 17 years old in this dream. Okay. I go running to her. And just as I reach her, my mom looks at me and she gives me this strange look. She just says, it's you. And then I woke up. So, okay, fast forward years later, 1986, I'm on the Queen Mary when I saw that pool cleaner guy. Remember I told you about that?
Mm-hmm.
The guy who was the pool cleaner, the ghost that I saw?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're with Vicky, my mom's best friend. And she was like my Aunt Vicky. We weren't related, but she was there when I was born. She named me. She was always like a part of our family, and she still is. Okay, so that's the family we were visiting in San Diego. They were the ones that took us to the Queen Mary. So we get home to her house, and I tell her the pool cleaner thing. And she was a real conservative Christian, her whole family. So they didn't talk about paranormal stuff. So she goes, well, we'll talk about it later, Debbie. So her and I stayed up late till like 2 a.m. And we talked about that. And then I told her my dream. And when I told her my dream about finding her back, in time, she just went pale and she started shaking. Her hands started shaking. She goes, hold on, I have to tell you something. And she got a glass of wine and she downed the glass of wine. Okay. She goes, okay, I have to tell you this. She goes, I never wanted to tell you this because I thought that you'd think I was crazy. She said, when I was a teenager in high school, this girl, my age, so she was 17, came up to me and was saying her name was Debbie and that she was looking for your mom. She said, so I could never tell. This was so real, Debbie. I could never tell if it was a dream or if it really happened. She says, so I found your mom. She says, it was you. You went running up. She says, and just as you reached your mom, I woke up. And that's the same moment in the dream that I woke up when I had the dream, okay? So she said, so did it really happen? Were you time traveling? I said, I don't know. So we never had an answer to that till recently. When I pray and meditate, I ask the Pleiadian, my guides, I ask them, and Jesus, to me they're all the same, I ask them for the answer to this. I said, what was the purpose of that? What was that whole thing? And they said, well, you were in your life between lives. You had died and you were picking your parent. And you went back and you chose your mom before you were born, and that was you choosing your mom. They say you can't choose your family, you can only choose your friends. Well, you can choose your family, and you chose your mother. And that was you choosing your mom. And I said, why was I 17 in the dream? What's the significance of 17? And as a joke, no, it's not about QAnon, so I digress. But anyway, they told me, they said, you know the answer to this. You know why you were 17 in the dream. I said, was I dead when we chose her? And they said, well, if you were choosing to reincarnate and choosing your mom, you weren't living. I said, so I was dead. I said, does that mean I died in my prior life when I was 17? And they said, you know the answer. You know the answer. And the answer is, yes, I did. I died in childbirth. And in this lifetime, I've never had children. Okay. So that's another whole thing. That's another whole thing.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, that was just so do you think, Jimmy, that I was time traveling? Do you think it was an astral thing? What are your thoughts about this? I would love some input.
I have no idea. That's like a question for...
That's a Jason Quitt. That's a Jason Quitt question.
Yeah. I'm thinking more Kelly Walden, and I would reach out to her. I've she has talked about people having the same dreams and the ability to dream at the same time and share dreams while that's going on. But I've something like this I've never heard about. Two people having the same dream independently, especially something like that. So I don't know. I have no idea.
I know, it was crazy. And I mean, when I connected with Vicki and told her that dream and she realized, that they were connected, I mean, she just went pale. She was terrified because, again, this is a conservative Christian woman who, if you talk about back then, if you talk about paranormal stuff, then, you're opening yourself up. They believe you're opening yourself up to demons and aliens are all demonic. And you don't even go down that road. You just have blind faith in everything the Bible says. You don't divert from it. And that's why she said, let's stay up late and have this talk because, she wouldn't talk about it in front of her kids and husband because, they would have gotten on her case about it. But she's always believed in paranormal and supernatural things because of things that have happened to her.
Yeah,
so
but
we talked about a lot of things.
I don't think it's religious. I don't think it's paranormal or supernatural. I don't think it's any of those things. And there's nothing wrong with a Christian or an atheist, for that matter, having a dream and somebody else has the identical dream. I don't think that there's anything paranormal or supernatural to it. There's something there that happened that needs to be explained. But it's you're talking about two factual events. It's not like the both of you saw, the ghost of Christmas past. It's not what we're talking about here. It's something else. But very, very interesting. Great way to start off the show.
Yeah, this was a revelation for me, big time. I just want to tell you, Jimmy, before you let me go, you might be able to kick my butt in backgammon, but I could kick your ass in Monopoly because I am the queen of Monopoly. I could literally tell you, close my eyes, and tell you every property on the whole Monopoly board in order going around. Every single space, I could tell you by memory. And no one can beat me at Monopoly. And thank you, Jimmy. Have a great flight and a good trip this weekend.
I'm not flying anywhere, but have a great night. I'll talk to you. Bye, Deb. Thank you so much. That's a pretty interesting situation there. I fascinating to think about. I've never experienced that, so I don't have anything that I can relate to directly. But that's fascinating. That truly is. It makes you wonder. Look, it all goes back to other elements of this, especially when you're time stamping it like that, like deja vu, and always going back to deja vu and talking about deja vu and bringing that up. Deja vu's real. Everybody's experienced. There's nobody that hasn't experienced deja vu. If somebody says nope, never had deja vu, they're lying. They're lying. They're not telling the truth. They just don't want to admit it. But everybody's experienced deja vu. Now, two independent people having the same dream at different times about a prior experience. That's spot on. I like that. That's real cool. Let's take our break right here. This is Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight with open lines all night long. If you're on hold, stay right there. All right. 747-228-2051. Happy holidays, everybody. I'll be right back after this short break with more of your phone calls. Stay with me.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, VX.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Because you never got that pony you always wanted. Damn it. Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black Blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're also the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. And you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernaut by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday Night Fadernight, 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. Somebody just posted, this is Cassandra, posted the Viewmaster. And when we all went through, actually, there's like 5 generations that have no idea what a Viewmaster is. But I had a friend, John, and he had a Viewmaster and boxes of the Viewmaster. I guess they were round paper thing and they were stereo, right? Like 3D. And I wore that thing out, man. I was just fascinated with that, just clicking and popping. I didn't care what the next Viewmaster was, slide, but just shots and scenes from around the world, just incredible, and Egypt and Greece and Rome and London and the United States and the Grand Canyon, and just one after another. I loved the Viewmaster. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good call right there. That's Viewmaster, right? Yeah, absolutely incredible. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call right there. Matchbox cars. Yeah, Hot Wheels. I have a lot of Hot Wheels. I've got boxes and cases of Hot Wheels. Used to have them on display, and I've got a huge model car collection that here in the bunker, and caller, you're on hold. Stay right there. I've got this in the bunker over here. Check this out. I've got a bunch of these. This is just one. I've got to get shelves or a way to display these in here, but I do have this in here. This is a Ferrari. This is Mario Andretti's Ferrari, and this is ridiculously expensive, but absolutely incredible. And check out the engine. Can you see it? Look at this. Look at the detail. And front comes off, and look at that. Just redunculous. Leather seats, real leather. And I love this stuff. This is just It's absolutely identical to the real car. And there you go. It's a lot of money. Like, this is stupid dollars right here. And I know what you think. What's stupid dollars? Well, somewhere between 100 and 1,000. No, it's somewhere between 500 and 1,000. Somewhere it's like, dude, but I had to have it. And there you go. I've got a bunch of those. Okay. Where are a big Ferrari guy and of course Ford Mustangs. I've got a lot of them. Let's go back to the callers. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Yo, Jimmy, what's up? It's Drew.
Hey, Drew, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm the one with the lawn darts that posted that, man. Believe it or not, we still have a set.
You still have a set of real lawn darts?
Real lawn darts, dude. They're fully functional, have all the fins and everything.
Deadly.
Super dangerous still.
Yeah, super dangerous. No doubt about it.
They're up at a family's cabin up in Ohio that we've had for a long time. I used to play with them when I was a kid. And Viewmaster, by the way. So 41 is not too young for the Viewmaster.
Wow, so. I'm impressed. They haven't made Viewmasters. I'm going to take a guess. Those probably went out of production in 74. That's my guess. 74, 72, 74. Somewhere in there. I don't think Viewmasters were around in 75. That'd be worth somebody pop that up. Somebody go to Wikipedia. Tell me what the Viewmaster run is. I don't know. Maybe they still make them. I don't know. They should.
I think they still make a version of them, but my grandma had like the old ones, they had like the extended, like the where you viewed from and where it turned was like a long ways away. It had like a little attachment.
Oh, okay.
But
you got me on that one. Anyway, what's on your mind, Drew?
Oh man, you're that show with Christina earlier. Holy moly, bro! Like, it's I live. So the 37th is, and for those who don't know that wasn't on the show with Christina, Christina and Jimmy was talking about the 37th parallel, and that goes right along the border of New Mexico and Colorado. I live 25 minutes from the border, and also I didn't realize it till listening to it, to that podcast, that the Cortez where I had face-to-face with E.T. is right there close to the Four Corners, so it's close to the 37th parallel as well. So it's like, and I've had, it's pretty much every night here or something in the sky, and it goes east to west. I've seen a lot of ships travel east to west here, so along that. And so I talked about that on Shift Happens, about how the Earth is a living being, and we have chakra lines and meridian lines, and that the Earth has the same thing, and that's the ley lines, our meridian lines, energetic ley lines, and that's why we're seeing more ships on these ley lines because of the energetic magnitude that's coming off of the Earth.
Yeah, makes sense. I think that I've always thought along that same path, and I think that others do too. There's got to be an explanation, and that to me is the simplest one. It just makes a lot of sense. I think we all agree on that now.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Another thing, so I want to back up, and don't take this offense because it's not meant for that, but I wasn't a fan of you before, like, I came on your show and all that. So I really didn't hear about you until from Cherie and Dave Scott, and I didn't even know about Jimmy Church. So I started, and I've heard about Billy Carson, but I really didn't start listening to Billy Carson until recently. And I'm going to put it all on red, Jimmy. Like, I'm putting it all on the table. You need to get me and him on the same show. And there's some information that's going to come out that it's amazing information, man. And it goes back to, let's see,
Well, what you should do, you should just reach out to Billy Carson. He's got his own show. Yeah.
I have through Brad Harris.
Okay.
Today, actually. So.
All right. Yeah, that would be compelling for sure. I could see that being a good show.
Really, Jimmy, I want you. I mean, I'm not telling you to do anything, but really, page 52 of the first book, I'm Perfect and So Are You. It talks about my channeling with Osiris. I also have that recording. I was lucky enough to record that 2.5 hour channeling with Osiris.
Right.
That is something that is, it's huge, man. I'm telling you. And if it's not, you can block my number and block my email. But I'm putting it all on the table. Also, the calls out to Serena. I'm ready to tell the story about the feathers, show the feathers. Like these feathers I have are from the eagle from the dream I told you about, and I shared the full story about that the other day on air live for the first time. But those feathers that come from that eagle, from that dream, there's two feathers that are magnetized. You get them close together, and they're pushed themselves away from each other. I'm ready to show. I've been holding on to them for a few years now, and the message come to me recently in a dream that it's time to show those and let people know that the next phase of this story is unfolding. You know, we're moving past the video evidence, and we're getting into the experience and seeing it and seeing this happen in our hands. We knew at one point during this evolutionary shift it was going to come and happen in our lives, and I'm ready to let everyone know and prove that this is happening right here and now.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting, and I want to check out this feather thing, and we'll do it at some point. We could even do it off of the show, but that is something that's very interesting to me. It's something that science should take a look at. You know, if you've got something physical that's going on that shouldn't be happening, well, then what's really going on here? And that's pretty interesting. Well, I'll check out page 52, Drew, and I will get back to you. In the meantime, man,
I know you're busy, man, and I know you got probably a million people hitting you all the time. So, but really, this is something else, man. This is something different. And like I said, I'm putting it all on the table. Is this ain't real? Like what I'm talking about, like, and with the feathers, you're gonna have to feel it. Like I'm gonna put these feathers in your hand, and you're gonna feel it for yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way to do it. Like, and another thing I did on shift the other day, I want to do it next time I'm on the show with you, is showing the power of prayer with the pendulum and lighter and all that stuff. That's pretty awesome for each person to see. Like I did that on air with a lot of people, the listeners, and get put out ahead of time for people to bring their pendulums to the show while they're listening, and really showing that power of prayer over a lighter, whether it could be just a piece of plastic or a representation of the central sun, central fire, and watch the difference in the pendulum. And that exercise, really opens people's eyes and shows you like the fifth dimension is right now. Like we've already ascended. You just have to decide that's okay.
Right.
And that's on an individual level.
Yeah. And I want to thank you for that. I mean, that was something that Jorge was talking about last night on the show too, as well. And it's just,
man, what a great guest. I was listening to him too last night, man. What a great guest, man.
Yeah, he's great. And you can go check him out too as well. But it's one of his messages, talking about this very directly to all of us. It is individuals. It comes down to just yourself. It's a single situation. And I just find that so compelling. Hey, Drew, enjoy your night, man, and enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you right back here on Monday.
I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you so much. Right on, man. I appreciate you right back, Drew. It's Drew Banke right there. And I've got his books, and I got a feather, too, as well. So I will check out page 52 I'll check out page. He sent me page 52, and but I've also got the book, so I will get to it, Drew. Thank you so much. And it's Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight, and let's keep the calls going. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Matt.
Hey, Matt. Which Matt?
There's tons of us.
Yes, there are lots of Matts in the world.
It might be a Bible thing. I'm not sure.
Well,
hey, man,
well played.
I just wanted to run a couple of things by you. I'm kind of new to the whole UFO thing.
Okay, but where are you, Matt? Where are you calling from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right, Matt. Okay, so you're new to the UFO thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Keep going. I'm listening.
So if I run some UFOologists by you, you give me yay or nay?
It's not really my cup of tea, but you called me, so let's see what happens.
But your personal take on whether they're legit or not.
Okay.
Let's start with Phil Schneider.
He's no longer with us. Very interesting cat, and I've talked about him many times on the show. And if you can, find some of his videos, there's only a couple out there, and some of his work. It's very interesting and very compelling. And I do believe he was taken out. So there you go. Okay. Who's next?
How about Bob Lazar?
Bob Lazar, man, he's a very polarizing guy. I've been following Bob since he popped up in 1989, 1990, and I was right there until just recently. So I've kind of backed off the Bob Lazar thing, but again, that's an individual. That's an individual thing, and don't let me sway you. But that's just.
How about?
Okay, next.
I won't. How about Phil Corso? Day After Roswell.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I bought that book when it was first released. And I loaned it out to friends. I was just very impressed with the book. Bill Burns wrote it, for Phil Corso, and and we have to understand one thing when it comes to Corso. He was a staffer for presidents. He did work in the White House. He did work at the Pentagon. Very
perfect segue there.
Okay.
How about Stephen Greer? He claims to have been all of those things, right?
No, Stephen Greer was never a staffer in the White House.
But he claims to have briefed CIA directors, the president, and all this.
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
He's been a guest on the show many times. Extraordinary claims. It's a very difficult road to go down. There's a thing about Stephen. There's a thing about Stephen that we all have to understand. I know him really well. I've had long, deep, heavy conversations with him, both on and off the air. And I think
have you been out to his SETI thing? His when he guides people out.
I'm trying to think if I've actually done it. I've been there when he's done it. I don't think I've actually done a CE5 with him. I've been there when he's done it, but not. I didn't participate. But I think that his heart is in the right place. I think that he's really trying to chase this down. The other stuff.
He's 10 years ahead of everyone else. Well, my opinion on it.
Could be.
Sorry, go on.
No, could be. He's a very interesting guy for sure.
I would agree with the extraordinary claims. I think he might embellish a little bit, but I think his heart's in the right place.
I would agree with that.
Let's go with everybody's favorite man to decimate these days, Lou Elizondo.
I think Lou is different from others that have come forward because he has a verifiable, solid past that is there for everybody. And Lou, again, who's been a guest on this show many times, and I'm in a movie with him, that's just been released. And
what was that?
I said
movie?
The movie is The Observers. And so, go and check that out. You'll love it. If you're new to the UFO game, go watch The Observers. You can watch it right now on Amazon. Do it after the show tonight. And but Lou's goal here is, it's not about what Lou knows. He may not know anything, but what Lou's goal here is to get the government, to release information that they have, number one, and number two, to absolutely pursue what is going on, to find out and solve this mystery if it is a mystery. So that's Lou's life mission right now, and it's.
Want to hear my take on Lou?
Sure.
I respect Lou because he doesn't pretend to know the answers to the questions that we all pose.
Mm-hmm.
His take is that. Well, I guess the detractors say that he's a disinfo agent.
He is
and I think if you look at Lou's career,
but he is a disinfo agent. He is. That's
That's
his job.
At one part of his life, he was a counter intel guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's the type of guy that you want looking into this, is it not?
If that's what you believe, it's
if
not.
If I'm John Q. Government, I want the best counter intel guy to tell me what the hell this is. So I'm going to go get him.
Do you know the definition of counterintelligence?
Of course. It's to throw off intelligence agencies.
No. That would be a small part of it. It's to deceive.
Exactly. But who are they trying to deceive?
It could be anybody. It could be
you and I.
It could be a soldier. It could be an army. It could be a terrorist.
Typically a government or an army.
Well, it could be all of that.
So
it's to deceive. So how do you? And I've talked to Lou directly about this very subject. Okay, and so and he understands this. He's got a little bit of a problem here because the world knows that his job was to be a professional deceiver. Okay, so now if that's his job, how do I know, Matt, that what he is telling me is the truth? How do I know that? How do I know that? How do you know that? You don't. And
how do we know anything? We don't. But you can infer. You can look at the facts. You can look at, what he says, what he brings to the table, evidentiary, like the videos, the story. He's got a senator that's backing up his story. I think we get off track here, having just gotten into this, to go down this path of he's not the one telling the truth when some of these past
that's not what I'm.
So
but
speak,
but Matt,
way worse track record.
Matt, that's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm not saying that that's what he's doing now. That he's a disinfo agent today. I'm not suggesting that at all. He may be. I don't know. What I am saying is that what he is doing now is attempting to influence Washington to cooperate, to investigate what UAPs are, what UFOs are, what is really the intelligence behind them, and get science to study these to come up with answers. That's one thing that he's trying to do. It has nothing to do with being a disinformation agent. The second thing that he is doing is he's keeping the pressure on to get information released. I don't think Lou knows anything secret about UFOs. I don't think that Lou has seen a craft. I don't think Lou has seen a being. I don't think Lou has seen evidence of any of this. Maybe he has, but I don't believe so. Because if he has seen any of this stuff, then we wouldn't know who Lou Elizondo is. He wouldn't be out here in public. There is no way. So his job right now is not to reveal his information because he doesn't know it. His job is to get the government to get on board. And that's what he is doing. It has nothing to do with his past.
And maybe mission accomplished. I'll agree with you on that. I mean, I sense a little discernment for the man, but on his track there, so Lou Elizondo, what do you think about the Blink-182 fella? I'm blanking on his name at the moment, but he started the whole To the Stars Academy.
Right, yeah, Tom DeLonge.
Yes.
Yeah, Tom DeLonge. And I've got to take a commercial break in 30 seconds.
Okay.
I think that Tom, just like anybody else who has a general interest in this, that he had the freedom in his life, both financially and otherwise. He doesn't have a job working at a Ford plant building cars all day long. He had the freedom in his life to go and pursue something that he was deeply interested in. He got involved with Stephen Greer early on, and he used the ability that he had at that point to go and start To the Stars Academy and assemble some people together to push this forward. I believe that he had a huge interest in this. Is his interest still there? I'm not so sure. Maybe he's back into music. Maybe he's back into playing guitar and things. To the Stars Academy is imploded. So that isn't, it's just there now to distribute records and books and T-shirts. Everything else about To the Stars.
Do you think it was a money grab?
No. Why would he need to do a money grab? He's already got a private plane.
But didn't he recruit like Elizondo and all these people, and then they came out with all this stuff? And they keep saying, "Just wait."
But why? But that's not a money grab.
Didn't they sell shares in the company?
Yeah, he started the company. Yeah, but that's not a money grab. That's a heck of an accusation. Whoa. Coming from somebody that's already got money. There's no money in the UFO game. No, I don't see that as being.
Well, there's always more money. There's definitely money in the UFO game. The circuits, the tours. I mean, there was people spewing.
No, you've got the wrong impression.
Selling books.
Look, let me explain something to you, Matt. Okay, and I'm already over my limit. I've got to get to a commercial break. Is this: if you write a book and you spend 2 years on that book, and you release it, and you sell 500 copies, and you make $1,000, that's success. Does that sound like a lot of money to you? Where's the money grab? Where's the money in ufology? You sell 1,000 books. 1,000 books. Where's the money? Where's the money? Nobody's on the New York Times.
It's enough to get by. It's
$2,000
make something up.
$2,000 is enough to get by.
Well, I mean, I don't know who you're referring to, but
I'm referring
I
to
know plenty of people just.
Who?
I mean, how much has Greer made off his YouTube and he's on Amazon? He's got.
You're talking about Stephen Greer. You said everybody.
Just as an example, I didn't say everybody.
I'm telling you, man, there's no money.
If I did come off that way, that's not what I meant.
Okay. Well,
why don't you take your break? Can we continue, or I'll call back in another time?
Yeah, you can call back.
I'm glad to wait.
You can call back next week, man. Not a problem. All right? All right, Matt. You have a great night.
All right, Jimmy, hey, man, I respect you, man.
I respect you.
I wanted to get your opinion because I listened to your show, and, you interest me.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. And enjoy your weekend, Matt.
Hey, you too, man.
Right on. It's time to Fade to Black. I got to get to a commercial right now. I got to do this. This is Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. with open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
This is Jimmy Church, and I personally invite you to the 2022 Conscious Life Expo this February 4th through the 7th, live at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California. This year, we have the most exciting speakers, including Linda Moulton Howe, Jacques Vallée, Whitley Strieber, Adam Apollo, Billy Carson, Daryl Anka and Bashar, William Henry, Caroline Corey, Susan Slaughter, Daniel Brinkley, Sarah Breskman-Cosme, George Norrie, Gail Thackeray, and many, many more. I will be hosting all weekend long, including the keynote Ancient Secrets panel on Friday night, 5 vendor and exhibit halls, 3 floors of speakers, panels, and celebration. This is the biggest event of the year, and early bird passes are available now. Just go to ConsciousLifeExpo.com for the schedule, speakers, and information. That's ConsciousLifeExpo.com. Do you want to be an official Fadernight? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. This is Jimmy Church, and I invite you to attend the 20th Annual Los Angeles Conscious Life Expo live and in person this September 17th, 18th, and 19th at the LAX Airport Hilton. Connect with exhibitors, community, thought leaders, and friends as we begin to recreate the world. You can also watch the expo from the comfort of your own home. Live stream from the main stage in Los Angeles and from the main stage in London. Truly a global simulcast event broadcast around the world. Live stream and in-person expo tickets are available now. I'll be your host all weekend long from Los Angeles. And on Friday, it's my Ancient Secrets and Earth Mysteries themed segment with James Keenan, Caroline Corey, and William Henry. And on Saturday, Daniel Sheen and I sit down for a one-on-one interview live. We have an amazing lineup of 25 speakers, including Bashar, Gail Thackeray, Kimberly Meredith, Whitley Strieber, Stephen Bassett, Daniel Brinkley, and Lisa Garr. Please visit ConsciousLifeExpo.com for tickets and info. That's ConsciousLifeExpo.com and use that promo code Jimmy for a special discount. Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. Your calls, your conversation, UFOs, time travel, conspiracy, lost history, the paranormal, the supernatural, food, guitars, movies. And tonight, it seems to be, calls are all over the place, and that's what I enjoy. Twitter seems to be all about 1970s toys. And I am going to post here. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Dean from Reno.
Hi, Dean from Reno. What's cracking?
Well, I just wanted to give a side message, not directly to you, but Debbie called a little bit ago and asked you a question that you didn't have an answer for. And I want Debbie to focus on that question and remember one thing. Debbie, you know the answer to that question. Just like the pleading.
Okay, what was that? What was the question that I didn't have an answer to?
She was talking about her situation needing her mom in that dream.
And
I don't remember the exact question, but I do know that she knows the answer to it. But that's not why I called.
Okay. What's up?
Last week you said you preferred Alien to Predator.
I did? Well, I do. But I did say that? I do.
You said that.
Okay. Well, I meant
it. I disagree with you. Very respectfully, but I disagree with you.
You know what? I have had many, many friends take me to the mat on that. They loved Predator much, much more. Both movies are great, no doubt about it. What about Alien versus Predator?
I'm talking about the entities themselves, the Alien and Predator. Predator never shot or never attacked anybody who wasn't shooting at him.
Okay.
Remember our first introduction to him was the girl in Guatemala or wherever it was that said that the jungle came alive and took him.
But are you talking about the movie or the characters?
The entity, the character.
Okay, so you prefer Alien definitely. Okay, so this could be a spirited debate, actually. And I'll tell you why. If you go to Prometheus. Right, the last installment of the Alien series, where it turns out that Alien was actually a good guy or a good girl, because there was both, but they were the reasons why humans are here. And wouldn't you agree that Prometheus was a pretty interesting way to resolve things by Ridley Scott?
I probably would if I'd seen it.
Oh. So then you just want to lose the debate just outright. You're just
absolutely. But I just stipulate that Predator didn't attack non-combatants.
Yeah, that's
it was like the Knights in Shining Armor, the the civilians were left alone, and the combatants were killed.
All right, that's
whereas the alien killed everybody.
Yeah, definitely did. But I have to. The first Alien film, the first one, Alien.
Scared the crap out of me.
Man, nearly a perfect movie.
Jimmy, I got to tell you this story.
Okay.
I saw Alien the week it opened at the Hollywood Egyptian Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you've been to the Egyptian Theater, you know that the center aisle comes up and jogs around the projection booth.
Mm-hmm.
On the second turn, I turned around to the guy in back of me and shoved my hand in his face and said, "Yeah!"
Why?
Because I was a dick.
Yeah, okay, good enough. I used to, that's where Jimmy Kimmel broadcasts now. That's Jimmy Kimmel Live is from there. And before Jimmy Kimmel moved in the 80s, it was a nightclub. And I worked there as a sound guy. And they had 3, 4, 5 different rooms in that building where live bands played. It was massive. And I used to walk around there when it was closed and check things out. And it was used to be a Mason lodge, and the rumors about it, that there was a tunnel that went to Beverly Hills, there was another tunnel that went to downtown L.A., and I used to hear these stories about it. But that place was fascinating and creepy at the same time. Big. The Egyptian theater part of it is just a small part of that. And, it takes up like almost a half a block of Hollywood Boulevard there, right across from the Mann's Theater, right across the street. And it was just a fascinating building. I spent so much time in there by myself, just walking around, opening up doors and downstairs. And it was multiple floors. In fact, the rooms that I'm talking about where different bands played, and it was big, those were all on the second floor. And everything was concrete and just built so well. It just blew my mind. I didn't find out about all of the other stuff about that building until much, much later. But I knew that there was something special about it. But there you go. All right, Dean. Hey, thank you for the phone call, man. And
okay, and because I haven't seen Prometheus, I'm going to gracefully fold on my contention and just leave the playing field.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, Dean. Go check out Prometheus and call me back. Have a great weekend. Okay. You got it. And see, that's a good open mind, open conversation, and that's how you get things done right there. Thank you for that, Dean. And let's go here next. I never really thought about that with Predator, though. The Predator was cool if it wasn't being attacked. Almost makes me want to go back and watch it again. Yeah, very interesting. Let's go back to the phone calls here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Joe from Virginia.
Hi, Joe from Virginia. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
It's Thursday night, man. It's Fadernight. It's a perfect night.
And and you've got the Fade to Black coffee.
I do. I have it right here, as a matter of fact. How you doing, Joe? What's on your mind?
Well, I just wanted to tell you that last night's show was fantastic.
Yes, it was. It was a good show.
Yes. And I can't wait for you to have him back.
Yeah, he's I want to go to Peru. That's what I want to do.
Oh,
I want to go down there and hang out with him and see what's going on. But yeah, I can't wait to have him back. And we jumped around every time I have a first time guest on, like with Jorge last night. You have to jump around. There's too many subjects that have to get covered. But when you bring somebody like Jorge back, you can just zero in on one thing and cover that for 2.5 hours. And that's what we'll do next time. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and what surprises me most about down there is how much of the stuff has been hidden and destroyed, when the Spanish came in.
Yes.
And that's, that makes the job or the discovery of anything a little harder.
Well, I mean, Joe, it goes without saying. Not only the Spanish, but the Romans did it, and the Greeks did it, even the Egyptians. Where it depends on what dynastic period we're talking about, but the United States does it to this day. Where the so you're going to go in and try to control things. I mean, the Spanish went in. There are only, I think today, only 4 surviving Mayan codexes out of what probably was hundreds of thousands. And the Spanish came in and burned it all, took it all, ruined everything.
Yeah.
So that entire part of Mayan history, if those 4 codexes that survive today, if we didn't have those, we wouldn't know anything. And that is just a small part of, look, I'll give you the classic example, the Dark Ages. When Rome fell and they pulled out of Great Britain, pulled out of Europe and at that time, all of recorded history was being done by the Romans. And so when they pull out, especially when you think about one of the best examples, I mean, it was worldwide for sure, but Great Britain at that point, nobody knew how to write. There was nothing. That's why they call it the Dark Ages, because at that point there was nobody educated. There was nothing there, and everything just stopped. And trying to find recorded history for that 400-year period, 400 years, 500 years, 600 years of nothing. And the only knowledged people at that time were the priest. And so that part of recorded history is a religious thing locally at the church where the priest was hanging out. But what about everything else that was going on in the country? It's gone. So this has been repeated over and over and over again, and it's been a very difficult thing to try and overcome. Shouldn't we learn from that?
Go ahead.
I said, shouldn't we learn from that? Everybody's history is important. You just can't go in and try to erase a culture and erase it. And it's been done over and over and over again for thousands of years. And, you go in and you conquer, right? And you move in with your armies, and that's it, man. You're burning and pillaging and running things into the ground, and history gets erased. So there you go. I got to get to more calls, Joe. Anything else before I say goodnight?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And look here at the United States. How many mounds have we destroyed?
Countless. And most of those mounds, we didn't even know what they were, right? No. But we need to build a farm. So you're going to go and it's kind of tens of thousands have been removed. I've seen old cartography and images of these mound areas that were there that are gone today. You can see the recorded history part of it. The drawings are there. You can see it. and you go to that location today, and it's a flat cornfield. It's all gone. So there you go. Hey, Joe, enjoy your weekend, man, and happy holidays.
You too. Happy holidays to you, Jimmy.
I appreciate it. That's a great phone call right there. And it's so important. I mean, probably one of the most important things to do is we need to preserve. Everything. Trying to go back and figure stuff out now, and we can't. Why? Well, that's why. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Let's see who is up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Well, this is Mark from Dallas, baby.
Hey, Mark, how are you, man?
I'm looking for that OG of the late night radio.
That's another radio show. That's another radio show. I can give you the number. It's 1-800. How you doing, man? What's cracking?
Oh man, golly, we're already up against the break, aren't we? I was going to run we hadn't talked about music in too long, bro.
Right.
And I've got a pretty salty little top 10 I was going to run by you tonight, but
well, go,
man, I can't believe.
Go! Quit messing around. Get to it.
Oh, dude, golly! All right, man.
Okay, go.
Songs that evoke an emotional response or emotional reaction.
Okay. Let's
okay.
go. Let's just go. Number 10.
Well, okay, this is in no particular order, dude, because this is such a personal thing that anyway, I'm just going to start laying them out. People Get Ready by Jeff Beck and Rod Stewart. Do you know that song?
I do, and that is an amazing song, and I like that choice. Okay, keep going. I'm writing them down, so you can just go.
Life Without You by Stevie Ray.
Ooh, man.
Now, that's okay. Now, I've got another list I'm working on, is that guitars that sound like they are crying, and this may be my number one. This may be the most emotional lead ride I've ever heard him play. The song about his dad dying.
Yeah, I know. I also like Lenny. Lenny is...
Oh, my God.
And Laguna Sunrise.
I almost put that on here.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, number 8.
Yeah. Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones.
Ooh, interesting choice. And there is a remake by Hypocrisy, and their version of it. Oh man, it might be Pain.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a great video too. Okay, let's keep going
my
though.
Opinion,
keep number 7.
Okay.
Number 7.
This is gonna surprise you. A song called "Ordinary World" by Duran Duran.
One of my favorite songs of all time. It makes me cry.
Are you serious, man?
One of the best. I have an autographed CD with 4 versions of that song on it.
Get out of here!
I have an instrumental version of that.
See, now you're trying to hurt me now.
Okay, number 6.
Now you're trying to hurt me. God dang it.
6.
I could spend it. Okay. I want you to tell me something. I want you to tell me where you were when you heard this song and you realized what this song was about. Okay?
Okay,
the song is Jeremy by Pearl Jam.
Man, one of the best songs ever too as well. Also makes me cry. I don't know where I was the first time I heard it. I do remember getting the CD in the 90s and putting that in my bedroom, in my CD player in the bedroom, and I played that thing like every day. And there was a beginning to end. I would go to bed listening to that. And Jeremy to this day, especially like if I'm in the car and it comes on, that thing goes to full 11. Okay, number 5.
Okay.
I'm looking at the clock.
Down in
Mark,
a hole.
We got to get these in.
I'm sorry, man.
Number 5.
Down in a Hole by Alice in Chains.
Wow, that's strong too. Man, you're going deep. Okay, keep going.
I was hoping we'd have a little more time. Okay, there's another one. Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Woo! If that doesn't stir your soul, right? You're an ice cube.
Human.
Yeah, you're not human. Okay, number 3.
Okay, you're going to think this is weird. Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd.
Man, I listened to it today in the car. And
are you serious?
Yeah, I listened to this today in the car, and that is written by a drug addict.
No doubt.
It is. I mean, while you're high, right? I mean that.
Oh yeah.
There is an honesty to that. You know, there are people that listen to that song because it's so wonderfully written and it's so beautiful. They don't have a clue, right? They don't have a clue, and that's fine. That's fine. You go and you listen to the words, and you're like, dude, oh man.
That's what gets me, man. That's what tears me up about that song.
Dark. Okay, number 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner.
Oh, well done. Well played. Well played.
Man, when those backup singers kick in, Lou Gramm can sell a song better than just about anybody I've ever heard. He can sell it.
Yeah, I have said many times, and I will go on the record. I've only got a minute left, 90 seconds. But I have said many times that I'm torn between the greatest singer of all time, between Robert Plant, right? And I'm not making this up. Now you got to stay with me.
No, you're
right. And Lou Gramm. And Lou Gramm. I'll go right there, man. I'll go to the mat for Lou Gramm.
I'm with you.
I mean, Ronnie James Dio, right? You throw it out there. I don't care where you go. Rob Halford, Jeff Tate. Let's go. Bring it. I will put Lou Gramm on the table every single time, and that's a tough argument. That's a tough one right there, man. Okay, so number 1.
Dio. Okay. All right, and I got one left, and it's Down on Main Street by Bob Seger.
Woo! Another good one. Wow.
And when you really break down those lyrics and figure out what that song is about, 2 very lonely people living lonely lives.
Yep.
It's very hard hitting.
Yep. It makes you wonder what Bob was really doing in his spare time. I'm telling you now.
Right.
I'm telling you. And here's the thing. That's a great list, Mark. It's a great list. This is, and I've always said this as an attempted musician myself, that the greatest songs out there are the ones that are written for yourself. Comfortably Numb wasn't written for you. That was written by somebody for themselves, you know, and Hurt, you know, or you know.
Well, you could say "Ordinary World" by Duran Duran.
"Ordinary World." Look at Jeremy. Look at Jeremy. Well, you can say that whole album, right? But Jeremy wasn't written for you. It wasn't written for me.
Absolutely.
That was pain. That was somebody's personal experience, and those are the best songs. You don't.
Agree.
If you sit down and you write a song. I'm going to write a song that is going to sell 1 million records. Well, you know what? It's not, number 1. And number 2, it's going to kind of suck. So that's it, right? You need, and
100%.
And that's where this list comes from. But man, I'm with you on the Lou Gramm, man. I will fight for Lou Gramm forever. And I'm a heavy metal dude.
He's the greatest of all time.
Man, I'm a heavy metal dude. Listen, when Foreigner was doing their Double Vision tour, and I saw them at Market Square Arena, I'm about 10 rows back in the center. I went with a drummer friend of mine, and I'm like, I'm probably a sophomore in high school, you know, at that point. And I was visiting from Panama at that time. And so I go to Market Square Arena, and I could not wait, right? I wanted to hear Hot Blooded, you know, and Double Vision had just come out. Anyway, so Foreigner comes out, and Lou is singing. I think they opened with Double Vision, you know, or whatever. But anyway,
I think you're right.
I cried like a baby. Dude, it just all came out of me. And I'm supposed to be I got my long hair. I'm there. I'm at Market Square Arena. And I'm just, dude, I got tears. That's what Lou Graham did to me, man. Lou Graham was the dude. The dude. All right.
Well, I learned something in Nashville. We went to Nashville. I was sitting in the vice president of Sony Nashville's office. And we were selling songs, and we were talking about a couple of country artists, one being Vern Gosdin. And this guy said, I've known Vern for a long time.
Okay, that's it. Mark, stay right there. I'm putting you on hold.
Sorry.
Stay right there. I got to get to a break. Okay? So just stay right there. Sorry, we'll pick this up when we come back. This is Fade to Black. I got to take a break. I got to pay the bills. Mark from Dallas brought his A game again. So much I got to put him on hold, and I never do that. It's Fade to Black. I'll be right back.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on jimmychurchradio.com.
Your 1 million gigawatt paranormal powerhouse, KUNX-DB, The X.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? Un-X Media publishes non-fiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNX-DB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to wtih.com. That's wtih.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to getthetea.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's getthetea.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact.
When you're in the house for longer periods of time, you can see them flying or running across the floor. Ooh, yuck. They're unhealthy, gross, and disgusting. Bugs. I loathe bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. On contact, it kills hidden bugs, including ants, roaches, and fleas. Plus, Orange Guard is a residual repellent. All of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally recognized as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard. Available at orangeguard.com, Whole Foods, and Ace Hardware.
Gold loves chaos, uncertainty, and disarray. History shows us what gold does when people aren't sure about the government, the stock market, their jobs, or their retirement savings. Our national debt is skyrocketing. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against inflation and a stock market that might take years to recover. So what can you do right now to protect yourself? Call United Gold Group. We offer gold and other precious metals delivered securely within 72 hours. Are you worried about about the stock market? We can also help you set up a real gold or silver IRA or a 401k. Safe and secure. United Gold Group makes gold ownership affordable. Call now and get up to $2,500 in free gold or silver with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit UnitedGoldGroup.com.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. Whatever you want to talk about. Before the break, 747-228-2051. You're on hold. Stay right there. We'll get to you. Before the break, Mark from Dallas called in. He had to go back and whip out another top 10 list and decided to rip at everybody's heartstrings. And well done. So during the break, Mark, so I decided to keep Mark over, which I never do. No, the break comes up and we're in the middle of a great phone call. You get cut off. That's it. I'm moving on. But had to keep Mark in. And so I wrote some stuff down during the break. Oh, all right, okay. Taxi by Harry Chapin. If that don't make you cry, right? That's
every time.
Every man, that's a heavy tune, and every word of it was true. Okay, you just know that. Okay, but then check this out. Simple Man by Leonard Skinner.
Oh.
Hoofa. Right?
You know how many times I've played that? I have covered that song so many times, and I love playing it. Every time we play it, I love playing it.
It's so every time.
It's powerful.
I will stop what I'm doing, and I'll listen to it from beginning to end.
And the guitars are so powerful in that song, man.
The whole thing. It's just so strong. But then I wrote this down. Anything by the Carpenters. Anything by the Carpenters, man.
I love it, man.
Yeah, Carpenter's greatest hits. I went through a phase with that in the 90s and playing a lot of guitar and stuff. And I had this vision, and this was the vision. This is how wrapped up I was in the Carpenters back then. And look, I'm playing Over the Mountain, right? Ozzy out, whatever. I'm playing these heavy metal things and writing songs and doing my thing. And at the same time, my little secret was the Carpenters. And I started to get this vision that I wanted to do the heavy metal version of the Carpenters. Same songs, that's awesome. It may be even the same tempo, right? But getting heavy guitars in and having Ronnie James Dio sing. So, and think about what I'm suggesting here, right? So, so I'm talking to Ronnie on the phone, and I was, I think he called, or it doesn't matter. He must have called me, and I was in the middle of this, right? And I'm learning Carpenter songs, and I go, "Hey, Ronnie, man, I want to do a rock and roll version of the Carpenters. That'd be great." I said, "Yeah, man, with you on vocals, I can hear it, man." And he got it.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, now he would never have done the project, but I was picturing, imagining a singer like that, like a Lou Gramm. right? Somebody that is just pure rock and roll, the rock and roll voice, to do Carpenter's tunes. And it would, you know what? That would have taken off. That would have taken off.
You could still do it, man. You could still do it.
I could still do it.
Guarantee you.
I could still do it. I know a few singers out there. I could. Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I just might. Hey, Mark, happy holidays, man. Great phone call. And thank you for making everybody cry.
Well, look, man, but before I go, I want to give you a song that I want you to promise me. I want you to write this down. I want you to promise me you will go YouTube this later.
Okay.
It's called Nose to the Grindstone by a country cat named Tyler Childers.
Okay.
It will absolutely tear your heart out, but it's you will appreciate the talent in this young man, and do the version. He's singing it in an old church. Make sure you get the right one. He's doing kind of a live thing in an old church, and you'll see which one I'm talking about, and I would love for you to comment on it sometime. I think it will really hit you like it did me.
Okay, Tyler, last name?
Childers, Childers.
Okay, got it.
Nose to the grindstone.
Nose to the grindstone, Tyler. After the show tonight, go and listen to Yo Mama, Frank Zappa. Just go. You've heard it a million times. Shake your booty. Just put on the headphones and ride that baby out. And tell me
I'll do it.
that isn't like one of the greatest guitar solos. I mean, the song is amazing. It's beautiful. Everybody that's, it's Terry Bozzio and Patrick O'Hearn and Peter Wolf, Adrian Ballou playing rhythm guitar. How good of a band do you have if you've got Adrian Ballou playing rhythm, right?
That's an all-star team, man.
That's an all-star team. And just go and listen to the version. It's a live cut, live track on Shake Your Booty, Yo Mama. But just get absorbed into that guitar solo. Frank, how he and not only is it his phrasing and his choice of notes, it's so emotional, so powerful, but his tone, that SG, that had 15.
So distorted.
Yeah, it's got 15 switches on it, phase, out of phase, single coil. Lord knows what he was doing.
Yeah.
We don't know, but he had that tone. And I think one of the things that he used to do, he would take his wah pedal, right, that crybaby, and just set it, you know what I mean, in the middle. Some nasally thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
most definitely.
And just let it rip tater chip, and just go. Just go listen to that guitar solo. It's 9 minutes of bliss, man. It's a 12-minute song.
Oh, I can't wait.
All right, go check it
right
out.
My alley, brother.
I'll talk to you.
Man.
Talk to you next week. You call me back. Now, look, I'm going to check out Tyler. You go listen to Yo Mama, and then we'll talk.
I'm going to listen to it tonight. All right, brother.
I'll talk to you, Mark. Mark from Dallas. That's a spectacular phone call right there. And I Nose to the Grindstone. I'm going to check it out. Thank you for that, Mark. And for everybody out there, you don't even have to be a Frank Zappa fan to go and appreciate what is going on with Yo Mama. And please just go and check it out. Just go and listen to it. Do what I did today. Headphones, crank it up. It is unbelievably epic. It's huge. It's just an unbelievable huge, this thing, and it's live. And you listen to that track, and I don't know if you were ever in a band or are a musician or hung out with musicians or watched somebody rehearse or whatever. We've all seen live bands. But go and listen to that and just remember that that's like six musicians on stage playing at the same time. That's live. All right. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Tanner.
Hey, Tanner. How are you?
Pretty good.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Dallas.
All right. How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good.
So wait a minute, Tanner. We're taking 2 calls from Dallas back to back.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Okay, all right. What's on your mind, Tanner?
Well, this is pretty deep stuff, so feel free to stop me at any time.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Go ahead.
No, you said stop me at any time. So okay.
No.
All right.
No, I'm here to talk about extraterrestrial influence on the Bible.
Okay.
So the way this works is, so a lot of the commands of Moses, like the command to stone somebody to death, or you caught him doing prostitution or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What that was about a bargain with our subconscious. By honoring primitive violent urges, then it was a bargain between us and the extraterrestrials that we would accept the rule of law of some fundamental laws that made sense in exchange for the honoring of those violent impulses.
How so?
Like
How
I said,
so?
it's pretty deep.
How so?
Well, like I said, that's basically the best I can explain. It's like harnessing your violent impulses, like a bargain or a negotiation between you and these by honoring that, by saying, go ahead and do this, then it's like if somebody's like, I like how you think, I'm going to do business with you. You know what I'm saying? So with Christ, and this is pretty deep. I'm sorry. You still there?
I'm there. I'm listening. I'm going deep.
Okay.
I'm going deep.
Okay. So with Christ, what Christ came to do was to stop that. And he instructed people to stop, but the only way that he could actually stop it was he had to be crucified. He had to undergo a more severe version of what he came to stop. So when you see God's only Son, or the Son of Man, or whatever, I think he has to be both. But when you see this person going through this, then essentially it's like the extraterrestrials, kind of like, or God, or whatever they want you to perceive them as. They stand back and they cross their arms and they say, do you see what you just did there to God's only Son?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it subdues our willingness to proceed with those commandments. Now, what Jesus Christ came to introduce was, one of the things he introduced was marriage certificates. And he had a lot of commandments along the lines of marriage and things like that. So adultery and stuff like that. So what he came to do was he came to harness the primitive, relatively, I guess, primitive, because we're still kind of under that, urge to exercise sexual dominion over our partner. So when Christ said that he came to bring a sword that would divide fathers and sons and mothers and daughters, what he's talking about is the jealousy that's provoked by sexual repression causes these people to interact. It's kind of like acts as a source of antagonism between the two of them. So,
well, what does that have to? Okay. Let's stop right there for a second. What does that have to do with ET?
Well, so like when you see like water turn into wine, or you see a dead person raised from the dead, you think that's God, right? But it's not. You know what I mean? That's a higher life form, not necessarily like some of the extraterrestrials that visit us aren't on that level, but like when you see like an orb or something like that, it's glowing.
Uh-huh.
Those are the life forms, the much higher life forms that they essentially, for all intents and purposes, they essentially are God. You know what I mean? In a way, I mean, they can teleport into the room. They can be anywhere they want to be. They can create things. They can create, like Moses turned through a staff on the ground, it turned into a snake. You know what I mean? That's the kind of extraterrestrial life form that I'm talking about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
One of the interesting parts of all of this, and it's never discussed, but today the communication is worldwide and instant. Okay? All right. Okay. And we know that. Back in the time of Jesus, when he was walking around doing this, he was speaking to a couple of people, and that's it. It's not like what Jesus was doing as he was walking this earth, that people in Europe knew about what was going on. No, they didn't.
Right.
And or Asia, right? Or throughout Africa. No, he was just speaking to a few people. And so these concepts, for me, and I'm just saying, somebody thinking rationally today, or I think I'm thinking rationally, that I don't understand the influence that he supposedly had back then, because it was at such a small scale. The other side of it, where which was 400 years later, when the printing press was invented, Gutenberg, he's cranking out Bibles now. That was the internet of its day. And suddenly mass producing this and getting it out. Even that was low scale. We're talking about hundreds of Bibles, not millions. Right. And not a huge distribution network with trucks and ships and carrying a load of 50,000 Bibles around. And no, there was no New York Times bestseller list. So even then, it was slow, and it was word of mouth. How long does it take you to start a revolution by word of mouth, right? It's difficult. And today, you're trying to promote your band, and you walk out on the street with flyers. How long is it going to? It's going to take forever. And so I always look at it that way. And it's just I know it's strange, right? And then today, the ET component, I was talking to L.A. Marzulli about this very subject last week, that the ET component of the Bible, I saw that in the 80s. I always felt that about it, but that was me. I didn't talk about it with my friends. There was no ancient aliens on television. It wasn't, something that was just talked about out in the open. It wasn't. I think that today these concepts are being discussed, and now it is a worldwide thing, and it's easier to get these ideas out. I'm anxious to see if more people, not necessarily ancient aliens, I don't want to talk about it in that concept, but what L.A. Marzulli suggests is that the Bible itself is just supernatural. Look at it like that, and you read it differently, and then you understand it differently. So we'll see. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that you called in and you look at it. Did you develop these ideas on your own, or did you listen to like L.A. Marzulli?
Well, I mean, listen, I have a lot to say. I mean, it's a mouthful. I mean, I'll be honest with you. By the time I get done explaining this, it's like what you said earlier. You got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm reaching out to you. You're the first person I've spoken to on the radio about this. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of awkward to come across and say it. You know what I mean? But so in the Bible, it says that, in Revelation, it talks about, I gave this woman space to repent of her fornication, and she wouldn't repent. You see what I'm saying? So if Jesus Christ came to end marriage, then he had to undergo a much more severe version of what that process insinuates. You see what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you this, Tanner. How old are you?
Yeah, you're 37.
You're 37. And how long have you been like in this mode? A year, 6 months, 10 years?
It's not a year. It's the here's what they did. Okay?
No, I'm asking you though. No, I'm asking you. How long have you been in this mode of discovery?
And this is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm the person they did that to. Okay? I mean, I'm the one who they put through all this stuff and made me see all these things where this woman, and it was, she came out to the house and like she thought I was trying to back out, and she set me up, and then for like weeks they made me see her having sex with all these people and like really bizarre type of stuff, you know what I mean? And they explained it to me as I was going through it. You know, I'm Jesus Christ, okay? And so what I'm saying is that I'm here to relinquish people I'm here to subdue the willingness to proceed with marriage, and I'm here to bring about a new set of commands.
And how are you going to go about it?
Listen, it's rough because I don't know. I've written a book. It's called The Lamb's Testimony. And so, but I mean, I'm not getting a lot of traction on it. I try to get people's attention wherever I can, but there's prophecies in there that indicate as to what's going to happen next. And so I'll try to just kind of sum this up and just kind of,
I've only got 60 seconds. Tanner, are you suggesting, if I'm understanding, you're saying that you are Jesus, or are you saying you are what? You're Jesus Part 2?
Yeah, I'm Tanner Gregory, and I'm Jesus Part 2.
Wow,
that's for sure.
That's a tough road. That's a tough road. That's a tough road.
It's a hard sell.
Yeah, it's a hard sell. That's a hard. Do you have it?
Just to get somebody's attention, you know what I mean?
Does Jesus?
It's a lot.
Hey, Tanner, does Jesus Part 2 have an agent?
No, I've reached out to a lot of literary agents, and I haven't been able to get them interested. I don't know if they're reading far enough into the book to know what I'm saying, or I don't know. The industry might be corrupt or monopolized, or I don't know what it is. Well, it's hard to get it. It's hard to get this kind of thing going. I'll tell you that, harder than you would think.
Oh yeah,
I mean, after you get done explaining it all, you think, well, I can explain this to somebody, and it's just going to spread like wildfire, and everybody's going to understand.
Right.
But it's not like that.
Right. Right. Well, Jesus Part 1 had a pretty rough road.
He had a little bit rougher than
that. Yeah, it didn't end too well. Well, hey, listen. Have a great holiday season, Jesus, and seriously, call me back again. Thursday nights is always open lines, and hey, you should go back and listen. If you look up some of my past shows, look up the night that I had Jesus Christ on. Go listen to that.
There you go.
No, I'm serious. He was here.
Oh. Okay.
No, I had Jesus. I had Jesus on the show. Yeah, you've got to go and listen to it. It was a great night. It was an amazing night. I'll talk to you soon.
I'll look into it.
Thank you, Tanner. Right on. That's a great phone call right there. And I got nothing. I got nothing. You can't top that. Who's going to come in next and follow up Jesus? Tanner, thank you for the phone call, man. And I didn't get the name of the book. Maybe somebody else did. And post it up there in Twitter. I'll do a retweet for Tanner. It was a great call right there. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. If you're listening to me now, you're getting put on hold. Stay right there. I'll be right back after this short break. It's Fadernight.
You're listening to Jimmy Church and Fade to Black on the X.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter. But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church, and I personally invite you to the 2022 Conscious Life Expo this February 4th through the 7th, live at the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California. This year, we have the most exciting speakers, including Linda Moulton Howe, Jacques Vallée, Whitley Strieber, Adam Apollo, Billy Carson, Daryl Anka and Bashar, William Henry, Caroline Corey, Susan Slaughter, Daniel Brinkley, Sarah Breskman-Cosme, George Norrie, Gail Thackeray, and many, many more. I will be hosting all weekend long, including the keynote Ancient Secrets panel on Friday night, 5 vendor and exhibit halls, 3 floors of speakers, panels, and celebration. This is the biggest event of the year, and early bird passes are available now. Just go to ConsciousLifeExpo.com for the schedule, speakers, and information. That's ConsciousLifeExpo.com. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at jimmychurchradio.com.
Are you ready to read about true paranormal events? UNX Media publishes nonfiction books about UFOs, ghosts and haunted places, time anomalies, cryptid creatures, and more. Just like KUNXDB Radio, it's all about unexplained phenomena. Visit www.unxmedia.com to see our list of great book titles by Debbie Ziegelmeyer, Gene Walker, Devin Listrom, Wayne Lawrence, Bill Spicer, and yours truly, Margie Kay. That's unxmedia.com.
When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B Blend for 15% off of your order today.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now. The Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JamieChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What a great night. I mean, every single Fadernight. I'm going to lay it out. I'm going to speak truth. I'm going to speak truth right now. There are people out there on this planet right now that miss tonight's show or miss another Fadernight because I don't have on, some great guests that they want to, and they just tune out. Radio Gold goes down every single Fader night. And tonight we had it. I'm just going to, man, if you go back and just think about that call with Mark from Dallas, right? And somebody that missed that call, that was a great call. It was an emotional call. That was spot on the money. And you follow that up with Jesus. I mean, and all of the other callers tonight, they were great, man. I keep a call log, and don't worry. I'm going to get back to the phone calls in a second. Let me back up. Matt from North Carolina, trying to stir the pot, right? Dean in Reno, Joe in Virginia, Drew Banky called in tonight. Deb with her time traveler thing. And anyway, what a great night on the show. There are people out there missing this. This is why Fader Night truly is the greatest night in all of talk radio and all of the world. It goes down on Thursday nights. All right, I'm your host, Jimmy Church, 747-228-2051. And, can we get a call from Moses the second next? Dan James. Oh, man. Dan, that would be cool. Do you remember years ago, the ghost of John Lennon? Remember that? Now, just the first call from the ghost of John Lennon was spot on. Whoever that person was, doesn't matter. But that first call was hilarious, man. It was awesome. And then trying to repeat that magic when the ghost of John Lennon called in never happened. But that first call, it was just awesome. All right, man. Let me do this. Caller, I'm going to put you on hold for a second. You just stay right there. Just stay right there. It's all good. I gotta man these things on this last segment. I'm putting you on hold. Stay right there. Okay, boom, done. What a great night on the show. Again, happy holidays, everybody. It's been a great night. It's been a great day. I'm in a good mood. Heading into the weekend. Here we go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Kenneth Pass.
Hi, Kenneth. How are you, man? What's going on?
Hey, not much. You told me to call back this week, to hear more about what happened. I was driving a UFO, traveling all through history with extraterrestrials, and I have all the proof of it. So.
Yeah, right on, Kenneth. Right on. I'm looking at the clock, and I've got a ton of calls on hold. So let's bounce through some of this as quick as we can, so I can get to the rest of the calls. This is the last segment of the show. So you called me. What's on your mind? What do you want to share with us?
Well, I was in the underground city in the Grand Canyon right before the Great Flooding of Earth, and I got to meet Buddha, Toph, and a whole bunch of other elders that were being brought there. Even the Ark of the Covenant was brought there. We were going to survive the Great Flooding of Earth together. And I was inside of the craft, and I seen the Ark of the Covenant being brought aboard with the elders. They smelled pretty good. They smelled like kind of like an incense. They had like an oil on them, like a short page.
Yeah, can I ask you what did the Ark of the Covenant look like?
Well, to me, it was just a big golden box. I was from the future. From 1981. I didn't really know about this stuff. Just being a little kid. But it was they carried it on, and I've seen that. But all I remember is just the smell from their skin, from the oil, and they just brought it on, and it was big gold. They were carrying it with two poles, and these guys, they were wearing like a white tunic. They were dark skinned. They weren't black. They were wearing like white tunics, and they had this metal thing around their chest. And it was pretty neat.
Now, what about neat? Neat is a probably fair enough description about something like that going down. But let me ask you this: there part of urban legend is that the Smithsonian went into the Grand Canyon and took all of that stuff and left the cave empty, hid the cave, and now you can't go into that part of the Grand Canyon anymore, and nobody has access to that cave. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I helped build the seashell art in the underground city, and helped my father paint with the magic blue paint he's ancient Pueblo. But yeah, I know a lot about it. I mean, I helped create the seashell art, like I said. Inside of there's a whole bunch of seashell art on the side of the walls, and I got to help to decorate it.
Really?
And yeah. And well, let me see. I also died physically back in time, and I got pictures of myself in heaven, me standing in heaven next to the devil himself. I got pictures of that. It's on my Facebook and on my YouTube.
Wow.
And yeah.
How were you able to? Hey, Kenneth.
Yeah.
How were you able to take pictures and then bring them back? I mean, that's very cool. But how did you do that?
Well, you see, because of time travel, me dying before my natural physical childbirth, physically, not a past life, not an incarnation. This has everything to do with divinity. Now, divinity is more than one, it's many. I can take pictures of myself today by going outside, sticking my head up in heaven, and there I am, taking my own picture in heaven. And humans just can't seem to do these things today, and here I am doing them.
Okay.
That's how you know I'm legit.
Okay, but fair enough. But what I'm asking is how you were able to. Did you take a camera with you before you time traveled? Did you already have the camera with you?
No, see, because I died before my natural physical childbirth, I'm capable of doing something that humanity can't do today. I'm a deity. I got turned into a freaking deity.
Okay, but when
I have a special power. I have a special power that I can go outside right now and take a picture of myself, and you'll see me up in heaven. You're like, quit doing that. You're scaring the crap out of me.
Okay, but Kenneth, that's totally great. I get it. But what I am saying, when you say that you were on an ET craft and you have pictures, and you have pictures with ET, and you have pictures with Moses, and you have pictures at the Grand Canyon, how were they taken? How did you take those pictures?
These pictures, well, I have pictures of extraterrestrials that I'm standing in front of physically in the underground city that I'm standing in front of. But the other pictures of, like, me with the craft, that's also physical because of the government has seized the craft, and I don't know what happened to the extraterrestrials who I was with, but I have the picture of the craft. I have pictures of them physically, and also even have pictures of them in heaven. Because whoever dies here goes to the environment.
Kenneth, you got to work with me here, man. I'm asking, how did you have a camera with you to take these pictures?
No.
Okay. Now I'm getting confused. How did you take the pictures? Who took the pictures? Did somebody else take the pictures?
You see, I have a lot of pictures of divinity. I have pictures of today's time, me standing in front of extraterrestrials because I had my cell phone in my back pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried like him to get in my pocket and take a picture, and I got a couple pictures of
Right. And where can I see these pictures? Where can everybody else go and check it out?
On my YouTube, Kenneth Pass. On YouTube and Facebook, Kenneth Pass.
Okay.
And on TikTok, Grandfather Bahana.
Grandfather. Okay. I will, after the show tonight, I'll go check out some of these images. Okay.
Can I tell you something real quick too?
It's got to be quick. I've got these other. I've only got 10 minutes, and I've got to get to these other calls.
Okay. Well, this is real important. I got taken back in time even further than that, 800 million years. I mated with the first woman beast that you would call Eve. I became an Adam. I had sex with a woman covered in hair.
800 million years ago. Wow.
And I got pictures of her. I got pictures of the giant that held me in his hand, what's left over of him, to be petrified and turned to stone. It's been 800 million years.
How old are you?
I got pictures of everything.
Kenneth, how old are you?
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I couldn't tell you. But it's a lot of stuff, dude. Ain't no one helping me do nothing. I want to go back to these places and be like, boom, here you go. And you're like, oh, my God, this is the most incredible news ever in all history. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just sitting on it. No one's helping me do nothing.
Well, if that's what the Internet is for. You need to just keep...
I ain't getting no help on the Internet.
Yeah, well, I'll go check it out after the show tonight. All right, Kenneth?
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, you have a great night. And that's interesting. Has anybody else gone and checked out Kenneth's channel or Facebook page? Pop it up in Twitter if you guys have gone over there and checked it out. All right, let's get back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, this is Jared in the Lubbock, Texas area. How you doing, Jimmy?
Jared in the Lubbock, Texas area. Now, in my call log here, it's actually going to say in the Lubbock, Texas area.
That's great. That is great. I used to call from Albuquerque. I'm a long-time listener.
Okay, very good, man. Okay, hold on. I got to get it all in here. Lubbock, Texas area. Because I want to be accurate, Jared. I want,
this is for prosperity's sake.
Yes. It's got to be documented. It's got to be factual. What's on your mind tonight?
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, I guess 'tis the season. We got Jesus 2.0 calling in, and then this guy that was just before me.
Yep, he's a deity.
Quite a wild night on Fadernight.
Yeah. You know what? And see, this is the thing. When I started Fadernight, 8 years ago, I was hoping at that time. We all hope, right? We have dreams. I always hoped that Fadernight would be what it is today, and that I would have this much fun. And I am. It doesn't get better than that, Jared.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, it's good stuff.
It's great stuff. Yeah. Great stuff. I mean, let me ask you this. Okay, I want you to be straight with me. Have you ever had a phone call from Jesus?
I have never had I cannot say I've done that.
See, I've got that going.
I mean,
for me.
I've known some Hispanic people named Jesus that may have called me, but never that.
Well played, Jared. Well played. What's on your mind, man? What's on your mind?
Hey, man, I'm a busy man, and I have kind of lost touch with what's going on in ufology. So my question for you is, what's hot in ufology now? Or put differently, what are you excited about that's going on?
Oh, man. Are you setting me up? This is a setup, man. You're setting me up.
No, I'm just curious. I haven't been able to pay attention to what's going on lately. So I really have no idea.
Okay, well, then I'll help you out. Do you have a pen?
I can go get one.
Well, see, it's like this.
I got one now.
When did you check out? What year? What month?
Well, it's been about 6 months.
6 months.
Really,
okay.
Because I moved here from Albuquerque in July.
Right.
So it's been about that long since I've really been able to keep my finger on the pulse of it all.
Right. Well, certainly going back 6 months and getting caught up on Fade to Black, it'll take you 6 months to get caught up. But that would be a good start. I would say this: so much has gone down in the last 6 months, and I think that one of if oh man, there's so much actually. But if there is, and
that goes back to my question. So, out of all that's gone down in the last 6 months, what are you, Jimmy Church, most excited about right now?
I was, you know what, Whitley Strieber earlier today actually hit me with that exact question on his show, and he said, "So, Jimmy, what's the one thing that you're most excited about right now?" And this was my answer. I'm serious, Jared. I'm not making that up. That was the question that he asked me earlier today, and and my answer was a pretty simple one. That I feel that next year in 2022, finally, the answers that most people are seeking right now, with disclosure, with ET, with contact from our government, from others, from the media, I mean, all the way across the board, are going to be answered for the first time in history. For the first time. And there's a lot of reasons for such a broad statement to be made. But and we have the Gillibrand legislation right now that's going down. You can look that up. We have the new formation of this new task force. It's called ASTRO. We have the wording in the NDAA and the new budget, which is statutory in nature. In other words, it's legal in nature. These requirements for UFOs and UAPs and how the military and other agencies are dealing with it. And all of this happening at the same time. And what that forces to happen is apparently transparency. That transparency is going to fold over into the media. And the media is now going to be covering this differently, even more differently than they have in the last 3 years. There's that. But here is
because they started covering it very differently. You know, when Lou and Two Stars and came out with those videos,
most certainly,
it was suddenly not a mocking.
Most certainly,
reporter, playing X-Files sounds.
Yep, most certainly.
People started to take it seriously,
and then
reported on it.
But here's the other important part. This is why all of this is so significant. Because the witnesses, the contactees, those that have seen something or witnessed something or experienced something that they haven't been able to talk about, and I'm talking not the Travis Waltons of the world. Travis is out there publicly talking about it. I'm talking about just the average person that has kept stuff inside because of their own reasons, but they don't want to be embarrassed. Maybe they got a job, and their family. There's this, but hold on, Jared, hang on. Before I run out of time, is that they need to be backed up. They need so that they can go and say to themselves, A, I'm not crazy, but B, that they can go and discuss this openly in the world. And that is what is most important. Now, could we be at this point? We are very, very close. And I feel that in 2022, in a very tangible way, like I can feel it out in front of me, that this is what is about to happen. No longer am I going to be this radio host, this television host, this person that appears in film, talking about the possibility of things starting to be revealed, right? Which is what I've been doing, for the last 10 years. But I will be on the other side of the fence now. And I think that is what is going to happen. Now, it will cause me to have the most amazing shows, right? The most amazing shows where we're going to be talking about this from another mindset and from a whole nother angle, and no longer. I remember. I'm going to say this really fast. I remember reading an article in a mainstream newspaper or magazine, Time Magazine or New York Times or whatever, and this very famous radio host out there, think of somebody like Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, one of those cats, somebody like that, or maybe it was them, said that, man, the absolute kiss of death in broadcast is being the late night radio guy that talks about UFOs. And that is that, and that's the view that those big voices out there have. Well, you know what? Right. I'm not that guy anymore. Right? I'm not that guy.
Turn.
I'm not that guy. And and that's it. And I feel pretty good. And what goes along with that, Jared, is that I have always supported the community. It's always been about community first. I've listened to every angle. I've listened to everybody. I've tried to keep my opinions out of this, but I've been trying to push this forward for the community. What I do and everything that I do on this show, I look at it and I go, it's community first, right? Is this something that is good for the community? That's it. I'm not into sensationalism. I'm not into pointing fingers or blaming or trying to uncover. That's not my gig. My gig is for the community.
There's an old Native American saying it's basically like, if it's not good for everyone, it's not good.
That's it. That's
You know,
that's exactly
that's all you got to say.
Well, see, I never heard that.
And that applies to every community. It applies to the entire world. If it's not good for everyone, it's not good.
That's the end of the story right there. Hey, Jared.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the Lubbock, Texas area. Have a great weekend and happy holidays, man. Great phone call.
Jimmy. You too. Take care.
You have a great night.
Bye.
And what a way, right there. What a way to wrap another amazing night on Fadernight here on Fade to Black. I mean, just an absolutely perfect, start to finish, perfect show tonight. And I want everybody to have a great, safe, and amazing weekend. And we're kicking off the holidays here. And, oh, by the way, I posted a picture of the green machine up here. I haven't looked at the comments yet. But my brother jumped in. Hold on a minute. What did my brother say? Man, oh man, memories are coming back now, bro. Wish I still had mine. They should make them for adults now. We always said that. That's my brother. The memories that we have with the big wheels and the green machines tearing up and down the streets in our neighborhood. But yeah. There it is, the green machine. I love that thing. It had 2 speeds. It had a gear shift in the middle, and that was pretty cool. You get fishtail with that thing. Anyway, what a great night. Holiday season is here. I enjoyed all of the comments, and Brian, there's the original big wheel. Did anything top that? Right? And it was even funner to get out of it, put your foot on the middle of it, and then kick it from the back and push it. And that was the way to get up the real speed. But the green machine, that thing was deadly, man. That thing was so much fun. You actually got real world speed coming out of that thing. What a great night. And let's ride out December together. We're going to head into the holiday season. The real stuff coming up. And then, of course, New Year's is right around the corner. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitola, Mark T. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and this broadcast owned and copyrighted 2021 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, copied, downloaded, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black of the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Everybody have a great, safe, fun, amazing weekend. And I'll be right back here on Monday. Be safe. It's time to Fade to Black.